All right, good morning, everybody, my beautiful collective family. Just want to jump on here on this Monday morning, January the 13th, of the second week of our time of consecration. Again, remember to consecrate means to fill one's hands. So the notion, the belief is that we are to release what's currently in our hands so that we can allow God to fill our hands with whatever he wants us to have. And he wants us to have something brand new. He wants us to have a brand new relationship with him. So we live in that. We dive into that. And that's what we're doing. So I want to encourage you that regardless of what your first week of consecration has looked like, regardless of what it's looked like, I want us to do more this week or do something different this week. And if you feel like you're good with what you've done, then stay right there. If you know that there's more that you are supposed to do, then let's do that. I really want to say no excuses, not in an insensitive way, but just in the reality, just no excuses. And it's so beautiful because what's been pressed upon my heart to encourage you with is to give God the first fruit of every day. Give God the very first fruit of every day. God's gives us brand new mercies every morning. So it behooves us to give an all merciful God who extends to us brand new mercies that we need every morning. It makes sense for us to give him the first fruit of every day. And if that throws off or challenges your rhythm, then, it'll challenge it. But that's my encouragement. I think about American Express had the slogan, never leave home without it. And I want to say never leave home without spending time with God. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect, but give him time every morning. Intentional time with God every morning. That is my encouragement. And again, regardless of what this past week, my encouragement is to join the movement of community. We are doing this together. We are doing this together. We are one family, one heartbeat, one breakthrough. We all need something special from God. It may be different, but we all need something special from God. So let's do this together. So again, last week, got thrown a curveball in that we did not meet because of the weather. But I wanted to jump in and just say, hey, as you start out this week, we're still in a time of consecration where we are figuring out and processing out what we are to release. Again, regardless of what happened this past week, maybe you did release something, and maybe God wants you to release something else or a different something. Figure out what that is as you spend time with the Lord, and then carve out time, create space to spend time with the Lord every morning. Every morning. That is my encouragement. So I want to read today's devotional to you on today. We are in a 21-day devotional called All Things New. This is day 8, and this is what it read. And the reason I want to read it is a hand and glove fit with what's been stewing in my spirit. So it says, growing up, I hated running. These are not my words because I was never a runner. Don't laugh. Growing up, I hated running. I never could understand why some people enjoy hitting the pavement ever so often. But as I grew older and went running more frequently, I began to appreciate the peace and serenity that was often associated with my evening runs. Gradually, I began to enjoy my evening runs that allowed me to spend time alone with God and also kept me physically fit. There are multiple demands on our time from the very moment we wake up in the morning. This is when I got excited when I started reading this. I'm like, oh, that's what God has been speaking to me. There are multiple demands on our time from the very first moment we wake up in the morning. We often think that the quicker we complete our routine, the more rest we get at the end of the day. Ironically, trying to get through the day without first meeting with God causes us to feel a greater sense of weariness at the end of the day. The Bible promises that even as we dwell, everybody say dwell, even as we dwell in God's presence, we are renewed, we are refreshed, we gain new perspectives. We also gain fresh revelation of who God is and what he wants to do in our lives, and receive strength. We receive strength to face the day's challenges. One key to enjoying your times of worship and prayer is to do it consistently. We want to worship God consistently. We want to pray to God consistently. Start by removing or releasing the distractions that we typically encounter first thing in the morning. We can try putting away our smartphones and resist the urge to use it until we have spent time in God's presence. We may start with a sense of duty, but as we move from discipline to delight, we realize that spiritual disciplines such as fasting, prayer, worship, and reading his word are means to daily encounters and greater intimacy with a personal God. That's the goal. That is my encouragement for you today. So happy second week of consecration. I love you. Be blessed. Have a great week, a great time of consecration and spending time with the Lord. For those who need to do more, do more. For those who need to do something, do something. Eliminate all excuses and make sure you don't miss the movement of community. I love you. Be blessed.